Cape Town, South Africa almost ran out of water this past spring, and it's not the only one facing a potential water crisis. Countries in mid-latitude regions like Iraq, Spain, Morocco, and even India are also seeing their reservoirs depleting, according to data collected by World Resources Institute.
So we're seeing a lot of areas where really intense droughts are hitting and reservoirs are falling, and you're having Cape Town-like worries.
Until last month, the city of Cape Town was in jeopardy of running out of water. That apocalyptic day was known to many as Day Zero. And though the government was able to avert the crisis, at least for now, Iceland says other Day Zeros could pop up in other areas of the world. That prediction was made with help from a newly developed tool called the Resource Watch platform. Think of it as a system that takes the pulse of the planet, identifying areas that are vulnerable to climate change, water depletion, and even coral reef bleaching.
It brought to light the fact that there are a lot of Cape Towns out there, possible Cape Towns. The main drivers are what we've always said they are. Too much demand for water relative to the supply available. And also, we're beginning to see the bite of climate change.
Iceland says poorer countries that depend on agriculture, like Morocco, are less likely than, say, Spain, to bounce back from a drought. That's because Spanish farmers have resources like insurance to get money back when their crops fail. But options for other water-stressed countries are slim, he says.
Agriculture uses about 80% of all the water used. That's true throughout the world. So for all practical purposes, farmers may need to farm more drought-resistant crops, crops that use less water. They may, in certain regions of the country, have to give up farming altogether because it may just be too expensive or too prohibitive to provide the water for farming.
For Iceland, information is power and transparency. Now that organizations like his are able to identify vulnerable areas, he says they can work with governments to address serious issues.
I think a lot of countries used to hide information on their water resources, how much water was available. Now, we see that we have satellites that can track this situation. That makes the people managing water and the governments that oversee them a lot more accountable for how well they're managing the water resource.